So we're looking at the bottom of the case here for the 912C terminal. I'd like to clean this out. And I'm debating how much tear down to actually do. The fuse holder can't be removed easily without unsoldering. I'm not going to pull it because everything on this side is kind of crammed in here together. I don't think I'm going to remove anything there to clean around. Looks to me like the power selector switch can be set free here pretty easily, and so we'll do that. Assuming I can get the screws to back out. And that will make it a little bit easier to clean up underneath that. And the transformer, assuming I can break the screws loose, should lift up out just to give me some room underneath it. Is that turning into a nut on the other side? Perhaps it is. I was thinking those were just turned down into plastic, but they're not. That's a little bit rough. Whether it's worth actually pulling at this point, I don't know. I'd really like to clean underneath it. It's pretty nasty under there. So, trying not to drop stuff. Take a guess here at the size socket I need. Oh no, well, maybe I'm not going to pull the socket. I'm missing the little extension bar here for the socket set. I wonder how that managed to not get put back in. I'm not seeing it just laying here. Well, that sucks. So maybe I'm not going to remove the transformer. Those are in deep enough. I would need, well, it's got to be laying here someplace because there's a socket missing. Means it just didn't get put back in. It's floating around here somewhere. This is what happens when you don't put your tools away. I'm usually really good about things like sockets or sets of tools. It's always the kind of the loose tools that just get thrown on the bench, but in this case, it didn't get put away. It's certainly not laying here anyplace where I can see it, which means it may have got dropped into one of these little organizer boxes with hardware in it, perhaps. I'm not seeing it in any of them. Huh. Well, pretty much the way it always works. We'll pull the speaker out just because I can. Shuffling stuff around here, I've knocked the screw loose. There it is. Get those out of the way. I guess we're really just going to wipe around inside as best we can. A little Windex, a little wiping. And just see how much of this we can kind of just knock loose and get out. Get along the edges and corners of things here, just to kind of clean those out. I could have well stripped this completely down, but I'm just not going to. Of course, I said I wasn't going to clean any further, and all I've done since then is clean. Now let's wipe that up out of there as best we can. Anything's going to be better than it was, so easy getting up under that transformer. Again, as you can see, even compared to where we were, this is a marked improvement. Let's head back in here a little bit. Toothbrush. Pretty unexciting. I have to do something to kind of push the paper towel up into there. And it's going to be difficult getting under that transformer, but there's just nothing I can do about it. I can brush some of the stuff up out of there. compared to where we were, it's markedly improved. Need to get all up in here. It's pretty nasty. Places I couldn't get into really without a brush.
Well, it came loose wherever it was. A little piece of, almost looked like wire wrap insulation. Well, compared to where we started, it's a definite improvement. See if I can get down here under the transformer and mop up some of what flow down into there. Well, not perfect. I need another piece of paper towel. The little screwdriver again. Just kind of work those a bit. That's pretty reasonable. The little speaker's pretty dusty inside. I'm just going to use a brush here. Just kind of I don't want to damage the cone. Just kind of brush it a bit. Oh, isn't that a riot to get started again? And of course it's going to be stubborn. I think I have the speaker all the way back in place. Should be there. Bottom here, which isn't too bad actually. A little bit of the dust off. You know, it's scarred up from sitting on various surfaces. I did deoxit the contrast potentiometer a couple of days ago. Well, I think I'm going to call that good at this point. It's certainly good enough. This wiring all just kind of floats here. PC board should just sit in here like so. I did add some little screws, washers, and nuts
to give some mechanical strength to these DV connectors. It was only the solder joints holding that together before. That is a little change I made from the original. It should just sit in there like that, and it does. Oops, I just bent a cap over. There's a post there. It's not hitting any of the screws I put through. The back of the board seems to be sitting a little high to me, and I don't know why. I think it's just me. Need the hardware. As always, looking for a screwdriver. There it is. Not the right screw? That's the right screw. So, what's the hang up here? So I'm certainly dragging. And I really don't see what it is. A bit of dust back there I missed. Really not seeing anything that should be causing this. That's one of the correct screws. I'm really confused here. There's the one we cut the slot in. I'll put it back where it was. well, compared to where we started, I think this is a market improvement. It certainly looks a lot nicer. I don't like the fact that that board gets bowed a little bit. It gets bowed a lot. What is hanging up there? I really wonder if it's the screws I put through, because I'm not happy with that. It's just not sitting flush, and it's got to be those screws that I added for strain relief on the DB25 connectors. They must be hitting, oh, maybe yeah, I think I may see what's going on here. This may explain why there was no strain relief there. I think they may be hitting the inside here. Just that little bit of length, which is rather sad. So I think my little attempt here to add some strain relief has failed. See how it sits now. Yeah, not bowing like it was. Still a little bit, but nothing like it was. Oh, it can't ever be easy. And I don't know that I can get these to go in the other direction, or if they'll even fit in place. Screw it. I tried. Count here, make sure I've got all these 4 screws. 4 nuts and 4 washers, so I got all the hardware out. And we'll try again. Wonderful. Okay, I can see it there. That's the one we cut the slot in. Which actually doesn't want to start there this time around, where it did last time. Come on. There you go. Still bows the board a bit, but I think that's just plain the design.
Speaker comes up to here. This guy came onto here. And this guy up into the monitor. And of course this is up into the monitor into the power supply, and then there's a cable that comes down to here as well. That I think that's actually bringing power down to the board through here. Transformer to the power supply, video up to the monitor. I think that's pretty much that. That transformer back there makes this thing heavy. Got our keyboard. Still seeing little bits of dust in places I wish wasn't there. Next step at this point is actually get everything hooked back up and make sure it works. Before I decide what I'm going to do next, whether I'm actually going to recap that linear power supply or not. Those are the original screws and washers, at least that run it when I got it. They're not identical washers. Get the keyboard hooked up. I can take a bit of paper towel, just kind of get down in what I see there, just because it looks a little dirty along there still. Never going to be perfect, but certainly much more respectable at this point. It doesn't feel oily or sticky to touch, which is a huge improvement over where it was originally. I think I didn't do a real good job back in here. Well, really, the next piece I don't have any way to get on camera, and that's putting the lid on, getting the pins back in the hinges, hooking the rest of stuff up. So that's going to happen off camera, just because we end up with stuff this high and you can't see through. So, and I just don't have anything set up to be able to shoot that. So I'll do that next, and I'll be back when we apply power.